Hello everyone, my name's Peter, I'm the Dungeon Doctor. Welcome to the Character Origins Playtest Survey. We are going to be speedrunning this just to show everyone who watches this just how quickly that you could possibly fill out the survey. Without any further ado, I'm going to start the timer from when I click the Take Survey option. Good luck to me. 1, 2, 3, timer start. Would you like to rate the material presented in Character Origins? Yes. What was the first edition of D&D that you played? 3.5. Which of the following character origin options have you playtested? I haven't playtested any of these options yet because I want to play them when I've got a bit more material. How satisfied were you with the overall character origin options as presented in the article? Alright, for this we've got very satisfied for human. Ardling has dissatisfied. Dragonborn, dissatisfied. Dwarf, very satisfied. Elf, satisfied. Gnome, very satisfied. Halfling, very satisfied. I missed. Orc, very satisfied. Tiefling, dissatisfied. Alright, doing well, we're at 4%. How satisfied was I with the human? For resourceful, I was dissatisfied. For skillful, I was very satisfied. And versatile, very satisfied. Alright, as for my comments, because 100% we're going to fill out all comments, I dislike the new inspiration system, which is why I'm dissatisfied with the resourceful feature. Alright, as you can see, I'm doing this 100%, so it's going to take a little bit of time doing the comments in real time. Alright, Ardling, very satisfied with Angelic Flight. For all the spell lists of the various variants, I'm only satisfied. I'll explain why in a moment. Damage resistance, I am kind of dissatisfied on that. Alright, for the first point, I need to see the spell lists in the context of any changes made to the spells themselves. It rhymes, does it? I don't know. Right, next up, give the legacies different and more varied resistances. So yeah, Ardling's only had resistance to Radiant, a very uncommon damage type to be thrown at you, and it just felt a bit worthless. Alright, how satisfied are you with the elements of the Dragonborn option? So the breath weapon, I was very dissatisfied. Damage resistance, fine. Satisfied, very satisfied. In fact, Dark Vision, very satisfied on Draconic. Alright, this is the one that's going to take a while to fill in. So, the reason why I don't like Dragonborn is the racial features shouldn't require you to spend an action, as this forces players to choose between their class features and racial features in combat. There we go. You can't balance these two options. I've playtested using breath weapon as a bonus action, and this works well. There we go. I am not a speed typer, but I think I'm doing pretty well. No, typos. Be gone. There we go. Alright, how satisfied are you with the elements for the dwarf character options? This is a nice, easy one. Very satisfied on everything. Some people are down on Forge Wise. If you go into the lore with, I think it's Moradin, is the dwarf god, makes perfect sense that they have Forge Wise. Otherwise, solid as a rock. I really like the dwarf option. Alright. How satisfied are you with the elements of the elf character option? So Dark Vision, as always, very satisfied. For the, let's see, the Drow, I'm a little bit dissatisfied at the moment. The other ones, I am satisfied. The Fey Ancestry, yeah, very satisfied, and very satisfied. Yeah, all nice and easy. All right. I need to see, you're going to see this a few times, spells in the context of any changes made to them. But most importantly, give drow the ability to see through their own darkness spell, or change how the darkness spell works. Maybe give drow short range blind sight. There we go. Because yeah, that's the thing. I know that they've got extended vision with their dark vision, but typos. I am going to have to check for typos quickly. There we go. Right. Because, yeah, it just felt like they didn't really have that much advantage when they used darkness at present. All right. Gnomes. Nice, easy one again. Very satisfied with everything here. Comments on gnomes. Solid as a clockwork robot. I know. I ran out of puns already. Okay, let's keep going. Halflings. I am also very satisfied on these. Nothing to complain about with halflings. As a... I don't know. There we go. Next up. Orc. All right. So, again, this came out recently in Mordecai's Multiverse of Madness. I am probably getting things mixed up there. But orcs, they were presented there. They were really good there. I am happy with them. Shame to lose the half race option. There we go. How satisfied am I with the elements of the tieflings? Okay. This is a pretty good one. All right, so Dark Vision, very satisfied. Again, just satisfied on the spell lists, and Otherworldly Presence, very satisfied. There are some duds in the spell list of the tiefling, but I don't know, it's not too bad overall. All right, let's see. Need to see the spells in the context of any changes made to them. I like the damage resistances because, yeah, it really made it feel like they all felt a little bit different. I forget what the case was with the Volo's tieflings, but I think they all just had fire resistance, which didn't feel that great to me. How satisfied were you overall with the character background section as presented in the article? I was very satisfied. I liked most of the options here. Okay. Oh, we're at 50%. Let's keep going. How satisfied were you with the elements of the character background section as presented in the article? All right, so this one is important. Ability scores, I'm very satisfied on that. Skill proficiencies, I'm very satisfied. Tool and languages, I am mostly satisfied. Still fighting off something. Okay. E, we're on, let's see, 24E, we're on Feats, I'm very satisfied. And equipment, very satisfied. But happy with all options. But I would prefer to swap out tool and language proficiencies depending on background. And really it's a case that nobles would have more languages, labourers would have more tools, basically. Because, yeah, it didn't feel like right that everyone knows 2 trades, everyone knows 2 languages. It kind of just depends on where you've come from, how far you've travelled, more than anything. Number 26. Which of these backgrounds have you playtested? Now, this is a really weird question on this survey, because lots of people aren't going to go for the specific backgrounds, because Well, it just doesn't make sense to, because you can always go for a custom. If they're asking about the equipment packs they get, I guess people could have an argument for those, but otherwise, I think pretty much most people are just going to be using these as a starting point and then just customizing. But I will just say I'm not likely to choose a pre-generated background. There we go. All right, next. Do you use Feats? Always, and I don't think I've met anyone who doesn't, which is, yeah, I don't even know why that is really a question. All right, next, number 30. Which of these feats have you play tested? Again, haven't had the chance to play test as much as I would like. It's something I'm hoping to rectify over the next year. Let's see. Number 31. How satisfied are you with the elements for the feat section? Okay, so alert, I'm very satisfied with the changes there. Crafter, you know what, I'm going to put very dissatisfied on that. You don't know what the TM's got in mind with the crafting system. I don't know what they're doing currently either. Healer, I'm a bit dissatisfied with that. The reroll mechanics are the problem. Lucky, I am satisfied. There needs to be some wording changes on there because it's a bit confusing. Very satisfied on Magic Initiate. Musician, I am dissatisfied because I don't like the inspiration system. Savage Attacker, I'm also dissatisfied. Skilled, I'm very satisfied. That's absolutely fine. Dissatisfied on Tavern Brawler and very satisfied on Tough. All right, let's see again some stuff then. Crafter. No context for this at first, because we don't know if D&D 5.5 or whatever has a crafting system. Prefer this be related to checks for haggling. And then that makes it a lot more agnostic to whatever game system you're using. Whatever world your DM is in. Let's see. Lucky. Good, but clarify what happens when rolling after disadvantage. Because, yeah, I think at present, if you use the lucky feat after disadvantage as it currently stands, it's a little bit confusing what's happening in terms of it, because it says you can choose to roll with advantage. Well, what happens when you've already rolled with disadvantage? You can't just re-roll everything. It's a bit confusing. All right, lucky musician. I do not like the new inspiration system. Next, healer. Oh, and savage attacker. And tavern brawler. Reroll mechanics aren't, as presented, aren't impactful enough. Instead, try this rule. All right, this is a rule I've discussed with a few people on various Discord channels. Let's see. Instead of a reroll, have a natural one for damage healing. Instead, give you the maximum value on the die roll. E.g., 1d8 rolls a 1. The player can ignore the roll and get an 8. This is quicker, more impactful, and self-balances against die size. So I've done the stats on this, and effectively it's only really doubling the impact of re-rolling ones, but you don't have to go through the laborious process of re-rolling a 1 every time, and it just makes things and it actually has this nice moment where if you do roll a 1, oh no, I'm getting into explanations when I shouldn't. It has a nice mechanic where if you get a 1, you get this victory of suddenly maximizing a die. All right, next. How satisfied were you with the elements of the rule glossary as presented? D20 test. I was very dissatisfied. Grappled condition, very satisfied. Incapacitated, I was very satisfied. Incapacitated condition, yeah, it's inspiration that I am very dissatisfied with. Long rests, I am very satisfied. Slowed, very satisfied. Unarmed strike, I really like those changes. The arcane spell lists, not sure about the spell lists, and I think I am going to have to go into more detail on this. All right. This is the tricky one. It doesn't actually give us... This is a pretty open area for writing stuff, so... All right. I'm concerned about certain classes sharing their spell lists, as this will make them feel less unique and cause players to double up on party roles more often, which is bad for the game. There we go. All right, that is enough comments there. All right, we're doing pretty well. Let's see. 35. How satisfied are you with the elements of the D20 test as presented in the article? I am, let's see, rolling a 1, I'm kind of satisfied on that. I don't mind a natural 1 being a instant fail. Rolling a natural 20, very dissatisfied and very dissatisfied. Okay. Oh, I've got a lot written here. All right, I'm going to be true to the challenge, and I'm going to write all of this down without copy and pasting. So, critical success on ability checks are problematic, especially for inexperienced DMs who may not know when it's appropriate to call for a roll. Let's see. Consider implementing degrees of failure success with ±5 increments. There we go. Because, yeah, at present, skill checks as presented, they're very binary in whether you pass or fail. All right. Next up, critical hits. This is a very controversial one. Should feel exciting for everyone at the table, both DMs and players of all classes. Instead of removing monster critical hits, because I think part of the reason that they did this was because they didn't like players instantly dying too early. I'm recommending don't do anything to the critical hits, just change how death and dying works. But I do have an alternative for monsters. So alternatively, have monsters cause status conditions when they hit with a natural 20. E.g., giants knock creatures prone without a saving throw. There we go. Right, I think that about does that. Undead, fiends, poison, a character, etc. There we go. Just an alternative thing that they could do with critical rolls if they really want to mitigate that damage. Oh, last one. I really dislike it. the recharge mechanics. I don't know why they just assumed that everyone would be on board to use those. So I really dislike recharge mechanics as a replacement. As a DM, I don't believe I should have control over when a powerful attack is used on a party. There we go. I think that'll do. Although I will add, character death shouldn't be a DM's decision. It should be in the hands of the players and the dice. Yeah. I really don't like the idea that a DM can recharge a monster ability and then hold back using it because they don't want a TPK. That's what it sounded like Jeremy Crawford was suggesting with it. I really didn't like that. All right, 37. How satisfied are you with the element of inspiration as presented in the article? Inspiration, I don't like how it's gained. I'm fine with it just being one at a time, and I'm fine with it being lost. Oh god, why am I typing up everything? All right, I dislike the new inspiration system. No, I'm mistyping everything. Okay. It rewards players who are already succeeding. Reward natural ones instead. There we go. Additionally, I talked about it in my inspiration video. I prefer to keep inspiration as a soft mechanic, which DMs can use to lower the difficulty of a session as needed, or use to reward certain in-game choices. Let's see. I also just like that it gives it. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. I also dislike that inspiration gives advantage. There are already too many ways to gain advantage, and this mechanic makes those methods less attractive. Yeah, just there are too many ways to get advantage in this game, and it just makes everything feel a bit too easy or cheapens a player who does something clever to get advantage. I don't know, it makes it feel like your creativity can't be rewarded. Lastly, at every table, and this is something I'm surprised they haven't already picked up on, every table I have played, inspiration allows you to re-roll the dice. This is more powerful, but it makes it not conflict with advantage and makes using it more exciting. Yeah, it has this feeling of a last chance with inspiration, and that I do like about it. Okay, I think that's about it for there. How satisfied was I with the long rest? Yeah, this wasn't... oh wait, why am I doing dissatisfied? No, very satisfied. No, nothing to add. I like interrupting long rests. Let's see, any additional comments? All right, mostly good content. However, I feel very strongly against the inspiration and critical hit systems introduced. I would house rule against these if they made the final version of the game. Yeah, I think that's something to re-mention, and that is, if there's a rule you don't like, yeah, you can house rule it, but I don't think D&D, I don't think WotC really want that in players, because they're talking about this one D&D and everyone's sort of kind of agreeing on what they want to see in a game, and I don't know, I think they want to be fairly unified. They need to take everyone into account. All right, that's time done. All right, I'm looking forward to seeing how long I've done on this. So I will record something just after. Oh, right, I'm feeling a bit tired after that. So I took a quick look at the time, and it looks like I've just gotten the character survey done in under 25 minutes. However, that was very much doing it 100%. That was reading out pretty much every question. It was filling in the comments on everything and really explaining what I felt about the game. If you're doing the playtest survey, I am almost certain that if you were going for 100% and didn't need to explain everything in fine detail, you could get this down to 10 minutes. So, you know what? I'm going to set that as a challenge to anyone watching this video and who hasn't filled out the survey. I'm going to include the link below. If you can beat it in 10 minutes, you get a cookie. How about that? All right. Thanks, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you when the next playtest material comes out. Thank you, everyone. Bye.